Okay, so right now what I want you to click on is I just want you to start the turn so that she takes one step and is kind of curling her head towards her rear, and I want you to click on that and pay her. She's not going to do a full spin. Oops. I wouldn't even put the word in yet. Let's just work on getting the behavior. Right there. Good, good. A little more. Good. 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 So basically kind of like quarter turns. You got 3 in there, so that's good. And hold the target stick a little higher for her. It'll make it easier for her to track that little green ball if it's right in front of her face than if it's too low, right? Good. I think she likes the spray cheese. Is that working pretty well? Use your target stick, but I want you to have it higher than her head, and when you're ready and you click, then you can drop it down and she can eat it. Click, bring down, good. Then remove your target stick, good, and you can start to turn it again. Good. But that way it's not available to her all the time. Oops, I would have waited till she brought her rear, yeah. You can start to bring it around so she has to turn her rear a little bit. Good. So click before you bring the target stick down to treat her. Oh, she's gonna give you more. That's fine, click it. If she's ready to give you a little bit more than just the quarter or half revolutions, you might want to go with that. She's still standing. Yeah. So right now, why don't you remove your target stick? When she's licking her mouth and kind of still chewing, just remove it from the picture. And when she's done, then I want you to represent and you can start to lure her around with it. Okay? Something distracted her. So you can bring it down and she can eat. I want to try to get her straighter, so don't click and reward until she is parallel with you, and then bring the stick down in front of her, not to the side where she's likely to turn towards you. Yeah. She likes to face you, and she's used to being rewarded in that position, so I want to try to break that a little bit. So have it up high, have your stick up high. Now turn it a little bit more. Do it like another quarter turn. And be ready to click when her rear comes towards you. But it's okay, she went more. Pay her because you clicked. Good, that's a little straighter, good, good. So what you could do to help her, because we know that she tends to face you at the end, is actually do a little bit of an over rotation, so that when you bring the stick, you don't stop in heel position, you go maybe a quarter more and be ready to click. Okay, let's go ahead and try it again. So a little bit more, and click, and pay. And then you just bring the stick right back to her. Do you see how she's straighter? Okay, so you may have to do that to compensate for the habits that she has, and then drop the stick down in front of her, and let's just pay her. Oh, sorry. Try again. I was just gonna pay her in position, let her have a lick, pick it up, bring it right back down, let her have a lick, pick it up, bring it back down. So we're paying her several times just for maintaining relatively straight. She's not as close as we want, but she's much straighter than she was. Good. Okay, so reload your stick if you need to, and then we can go ahead and do it again. Where you have her spin, and when she's straight, you can drop it down and pay her, bring it back up, drop it down and pay her, bring it back up, and try to get a few rewards for her maintaining that heel position. She's starting to offer it, which is nice. You can pair. She's back in heel. That's good. Then pick it up, lure her around. Go ahead and lure her for the full spin. Over rotate. And there you go. Now pay her a couple times in that position. I want her to learn to maintain that position because the stick is just going to come right back down in front of her face and let her get a lick. Do it again. You can do that a little bit faster. Okay. Go again. Reward again. Okay. Now the next one, go ahead and lure her around. Good. She's straighter.
Yes, straight.
Good. And now you're going to reward her 5 times, right? Good. We didn't get our 5th time. Do you need to reload your stick? Okay. Let's go ahead and we will we'll make the pen a little bit smaller. So why don't you take her out, give her a break for a second. So let's go ahead and lure her into the spin. She just realized she doesn't have as much room. She is. She's got plenty of room, but it's not as much as what she just had. Good. And then bring it up. Just like give her 1 lick and then bring it down. Give her another lick, bring it back down. Do that like 4 or 5 times. Good. Nice. Good. All right, so if she doesn't want to do the target stick anymore, let's go ahead and just try hand lure. Okay? If she, if she was doing really well and then she just kind of turned off. She's not, so hand lure, it's going to be the exact same thing, okay? Once you get her straight, I want you to feed her in position, like, if you can get 3 to 4 times. I don't want to fill her up too quick. But I do want to reward her when she's straight in heel position. Good. Looking treat. She's pretty straight. She needs she's not perfect, but it's way better than it was. So she's waiting on you now to give another treat or a cue, which is nice.
She's really doing that.
She is.
That is so hard.
She is.
She would turn her head and when she turned and she'd spin the other way. It was like confused, but she's starting to get that.
She is. So let's go ahead. We'll start to put the word in. So right before you do the hand lure, go ahead and say the cue, then pause, and then lure her into it.
Twinkle. Spin.
Go ahead and lure. Good. Okay. Again.
Spin.
Lure. Okay. I would probably not put quite that much of a pause. You can be a little faster. Spin and then lure.
Spin.
Lure.
Spin.
Lure. Good. That's nice and straight.
Spin.
Lure.
Spin.
Lure.
Spin.
Lure.
Spin.
Good. So make sure again, I would make you're clicking and treating kind of at the same time on some of them. Click, and then there can be a little pause, a delay before you give her the treat. Because otherwise she may not be listening to the click, and I really want her to hear the click during that moment when she did what we wanted, which is line back up in heel position. Okay?
Spin.
All of a sudden she's giving us some little sits, huh?
Spin.
Click. Okay.
Yeah, I see the clicking tree.
Yeah.
Same thing. This is good for me.
Yeah. Just we want to try to make sure we click first and then go get the treat.
Okay.
Sometimes she's getting out of position, and I really would like to treat them in position. Working where your hand is higher than it was, so you're not bending over, so she can still see it,
She'll get
but
back
it's not. And then when you click, you can drop your hand down and give her payment.
Spin.
Yes, click it. I would, yeah, you could click the half revolution and say that's at least a start because we changed the height of your hand lure.
Spin. Yes, good girl.
So don't lower your hand until you've clicked. Because you started up high and then you kind of drew it down low.
I'm waiting for her to get in that sweet
Yeah,
spot.
yeah. That wasn't bad. I mean, you had to kind of play around with the height of the hand lure a little bit. But as we can increase it to where you're standing up straight, then do that. We may just have to go in smaller increments for her.
Spin. Good girl. Good girl.
All right, let's give her a break.
Okay.
From that. Let's go.